ॐ श्री गणेशाय नमः। ॐ श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ श्री सद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। ॐ ध्यायामि चिन्मयानन्दं गुरुदेवं महामतिं प्रेमपूर्णं क्रियाशीलं सदा लोकहिते रतं कृपालुं सुन्दराकारं समर्थं सत्यदर्शिनं वाचा तत्त्वप्रकाशिन्या शोकमोहविनाशिनम्। ॐ श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरवे नमः। ॐ नमो नारायणाय। 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 ॐ हृतगं सत्यं परं ब्रह्म पुरुषं कृष्णपिङ्गलम् ऊर्ध्वरेतं विरूपाक्षं विश्वरूपाय वै नमो नमः। ॐ नारायणाय विद्महे वासुदेवाय धीमहि तन्नो विष्णुः प्रचोदयात्। हरि ओम, सुप्रभातम, a very warm welcome to this 13th series of the Vishnu Sahasranama. We will proceed with the chantings. Om Shuklambaradharam Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। ॐ शान्ताकारं भुजगशयनं पद्मनाभं सुरेशं विश्वाधारं गगनसदृशं मेघवर्णं शुभाङ्गं लक्ष्मीकान्तं कमलनयनं योगिहृद्ध्यानगम्यं वन्दे विष्णुं भवभयहरं सर्वलोकैकनाथम्। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। We will chant from the 68th verse. Om Archishmanarchitah कुंभो विशुद्धात्मा विशोधनः अनिरुद्धो प्रतिरथः प्रद्युम्नोमित विक्रमः कालनेमिनिहावीरः शौरिः शूरजनेश्वरः त्रिलोकात्मा त्रिलोकेशः केशवः केशिहा हरिः कामदेवः कामपालः कामी कान्तः कृतागमः अनिर्देश्य वपुर्विष्णुर्वीरोऽनन्तो धनञ्जयः. This much we completed in the last series. We will continue. ब्रह्मण्यो ब्रह्मकृद् ब्रह्मा ब्रह्म ब्रह्म विवर्धनः ब्रह्मविद् ब्राह्मणो ब्रह्मी ब्रह्मज्ञो ब्राह्मणप्रियः ब्रह्मण्यो ब्रह्मकृद् ब्रह्मा ब्रह्म ब्रह्म विवर्धनः ब्रह्मविद् ब्राह्मणो ब्रह्मी ब्रह्मज्ञो ब्राह्मणप्रियः. Another wonderful shloka where the focus is Brahman. In fact, all the namas have their, what do you call it as? Epicenter, they call in the meteorological department, epicenter of a particular earthquake, etc. This is the point. Similarly, we may say epicenter, but here it is positive. What is the positive here? The very crux, the very essence, the very center of everything, the very adhishtana, the very adhara, the very cause which is causeless is Bhagavan, Brahman alone. And Brahman expresses himself with his Maya Shakti as Ishvaraha. And Ishvaraha expresses again or functions as Brahma, the creator, as Vishnu, the sustainer, and as Shiva, as the person who, as the Devata who resolves. But please note, Ishvara is one and the same in all the three. Therefore, the Sahasranama, what we are dealing with, is nothing but the glorification of Ishvara Tattva. And among the Ishvara Tattva, Vishnu is the focus in this particular Sahasranama, and various Sahasranama takes its own Ishta Devata as the focus. But finally, if you congregate all of them, put them together, it is nothing but the glorification of Ishvara Tattva. This we must have in mind all the time. Why this is to be in mind all the time? Because we look at the same Ishvara Tattva in so many ways with so many namas. And very many times while dealing with this nama, we also deal with how we are supposed to be. There are so many learnings in that. What are the qualities which we can imbibe? This we must constantly remember. Why? Otherwise, the mind may think, oh, naturally, Bhagavan's glory is Bhagavan's glory. Very nice to think about Bhagavan. But what has it for me? If this is clearly understood, there are plenty. Every nama gives a knowledge. Every nama gives an indication. Every nama teaches us something which we also can imbibe. As a jiva also we can imbibe. With reference to our own Paramatma Brahma which is there in us, there is nothing to be talked about. As I always say, there are only two things. One is absolute, another one is relative. In absolute, there is no talking required. There is nothing to be talked about. There is nothing to be thought about also. There is Ekameva Advityam Brahma, Tadanyat Sarvam Mithya. Now the second one is the relative reality. Not relative reality. It is reality only in terms of what? Relativity. Therefore, in the second standpoint, Ishvara Tattva is indicated, and in the Ishvara Tattva, the whole cosmos is indicated. As we know, If we again and again remember the laws of causation, there cannot be an effect. This cosmos cannot be without a cause. And the effects, the whole cosmos, are nothing but the cause itself in different forms. And into which everything goes is the same cause. From the effect, when cause is removed, nothing remains. This is the third law. Having recollected that all the namas indicate Ishvara Tattva, and that Ishvara Tattva is nothing but my own swabhava, my own nature. My own adhisthana is that Ishvara only. This we have to time and again bring. Then all the qualities that are given in Ishvara Tattva can be imbibed by all of us. If not to the fullest measure, we must definitely work hard. We must definitely put ourselves into the path and gain the qualities, the knowledge of the qualities, abide by those qualities, assimilate them, and become one with them. This is the purpose of learning these Shastras in essence. Having said that, now we will again continue with the 71st words which we have just now chanted. Brahmanyaha, we have 10 namas, all starting with Brahma. And we will only, why is it so? Because everything is Brahman only. To indicate that so many names are being said, let us see. Brahmanyaha. What is Brahmanyaha? Acharya describes Brahma, or rather Brahmanyaha, means a combination of all these four. What are they? Tapaha, Vedaha, Vipraha, and Jnanam. These four are indicated. What are they? Austerities. Austerities is Tapaha. Vedaha, all the four Vedas which we know. Vipraha, here refers exclusively Brahmanaha. Now immediately the mind will jump to conclusion, oh, even the Vishnu Sahasranama is dealing with caste system. We will explain that. And then Jnanam. Jnanam of what? The same Brahman. Jnanam cha Brahma Sangitam. All these four put together, Tebhyaha Hitatvat Brahmanyaha. The one who protects all the four. What are the four? Tapaha, Vedaha, Vipraha, and Jnanam. All the four, the one who protects is called Brahmanyaha. Having said that, slightly we have dealt with all of them, but still for the people who have just joined, for example. Tapaha, austerities. What are austerities? Austerities are imposed, self-imposed discipline. Now we must be very clear with self-imposed discipline. More often than not, a mind takes this self-imposition in a very harsh way. They impose lot of harsh disciplines. Shastras do not believe in harsh disciplines to the core. Why is it so? Disciplines are made for focusing in a particular activity, and the mind should not get distracted. The mind should not get distracted and diverted from the very purpose of the activity, whatever it has set itself. For that sake, certain disciplines are prescribed which definitely helps the mind not to get distracted. Like for example, we tell our own children, when you are studying, focus on the study. What do? Go into your room. Probably. These days, parents don't ask them to go into a room because they go into the room and then they sleep also, or listen to some music, or watch some video in the mobile. We see lot of such things in the Facebook and YouTube, where the parents are outside, the child is sitting in the room with the books open and everything, and then they are watching something in the keeping inside the book. Some comic is being read, some mobile is kept, and some music is being played, or some video games are played. And the moment the father or mother comes, then the page is turned. So mother or father, poor thing, they always have trust in their children. And then what happens? The child gets spoiled. So therefore some parents don't put them into the room or something, let's sit in front of me and study karke, they would say. All that is for what? So that mind should not get distracted. In every field of activity, or any field of activity, success is possible only when there are proper disciplines. And a disciple, he is called disciple because he is set to a discipline. A disciple with certain disciplines can alone achieve or even gain the knowledge of that particular field, and at the same time not only gain the knowledge but apply the knowledge and be successful. And this self-effort towards self-discipline, self-imposed austerities is called tapaha, which is extremely important. Extremely important in any field of activity. Even now, recently, day before yesterday, the IPL, Tata IPL 2022 got over. Gujarat Titans won the cup, championship cup. They were debut, first time. First franchisee for the first time. And they won the championship. All those who are experienced in IPL could not win the title. Gujarat. What brought them to that? How could they win a title like that? They won maximum matches. Some 3 or 4 matches they might have lost. But they won maximum matches because they stuck to their discipline. They stuck to their austerity. They stuck to their tapa. What is the tapas there? Early morning jogging, exercising, keeping the mind calm. That was the instruction given just before the match. The captain of the team, Hardik Pandya, he gave the instruction. What is that? Keep the mind calm. Don't get excited. 104,000 people in the audience. Everybody shouting, everybody taking the name, everybody sloganeering. A person who is playing will definitely can get, distracted. And once the mind is distracted, whatever, all tapas also will go away. Therefore, for that mind to be still and be attentive, alert, vigilant, and then express that efficiency. In what? In that field of activity, not getting distracted by all the noise and trouble which are happening around. The focus is expected. And lo, a team could integrate themselves so well and they could win the championship. This ability to stay put in the path, at the same time be calm and quiet, face the challenge efficiently, is called tapas. Apply it in your own field, whichever field it may be, including spiritual field. Spiritual field is where you get lot of obstacles, lot of hindrances, lot of trouble. Don't have to think about troubles from outside. Plenty are supplied free by our own mind. To face that challenge, very many times we slip. There is one beautiful idiom. There are many slips between the cup and the lip, it is said. By the time we pick the cup and take it to the lip to drink the coffee, there can be so many spills. Very many times unavoidable also. However, you come back to that and then stay put in the path. This ability to bring back the mind and put it in the field of action is tapas. Right? We have discussed this earlier also. This is another reminder actually. Vedaha. We know about Vedaha. Bhagavan Vedavyasji collected all the mantras which are strewn all over, given by so many rishis, mantra drashtas, and then he put them all of them together and beautifully put it, codified into 4 books. The 4 books are called Vedaha, Rig, Yajur, Sama, Atharvana Veda. Atharva Veda, Atharvana Veda, both are okay. Vipraha, I will come to that after discussing Jnanam. What is Jnanam? Jnanam not only in the field of activity where we are dealing in the Laukika Jivana, but here Jnanam refers to the Supreme, the knowledge of one's own self, alias, they say, isn't it? For 2 names. This one, alias that one. Similarly, our own nature, alias Brahman. Both are one and the same. Jnanam, the knowledge of that Supreme. And then comes Vipraha. Vipraha, when it is said, very many people misunderstand, because Vipraha is also, you will see it in the coming namas again. Brahmana, Brahmana Priyaha, like that namas come. There we need to understand. Since we are having Brahmana Priyaha, etc., there I will deal with reference to the relationship of Brahmana, relationship with a particular field, with a particular type of person, with a particular profession. Here Vipraha can mean sages. Otherwise Vipraha is translated as Brahmana. Brahmana meaning what? Among the 4 dharmas, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, Brahmana is taken. Who is a Brahmana? We will deal with it when we deal with that word. Vipraha, though translated as Brahmana, here refers to sages. Who are the sages? Those people who are mantra drashtas, who have given us the Veda and taught us the Veda also. Vipraha. Jnanam, that is a Jnanam of the Vedas, which is found in the Vedas. All of them put together is called as Brahma Sangitam Brahmanyaha. And Bhagavan is that Brahmanya. Why? Because all of them are Bhagavan only. The knowledge of the Vedas itself is Bhagavan. Vedas themselves are Bhagavan only. And the one who gives Vedas to the masses, they are also Bhagavan only, Ishvara only. Therefore, he is called as Brahmanyaha. Brahmakrit. Now, just now I said, all are Bhagavan only. It is a Bhagavan who has given the Vedas. Therefore, it is said, Tapa Adinam Kartritvad Brahmakrit. Tapaha Adinam, here just now we dealt with the 4, which is Brahmanyaha. All the 4 put together, Kartritvat, the one who has created them. What are they? Vedas, Tapaha, Vedaha, Vipraha, Jnanam. All the 4 put together, it is Bhagavan who has created. Again the question comes, if everything is Bhagavan, where is the need for creation? Now this can be answered in 2 standpoints. One standpoint is, nothing has been created. Why nothing has been? There is nothing other than Brahman. From that absolute standpoint, there is nothing at all. There is no world. There is no Ishvara. There is no Jiva. There is no Rama, Krishna, Devi, Ganapati. Nothing is there. It's only Brahman. But that is the absolute standpoint, and in absolute standpoint, there is no discussion involved. Who is there to discuss? It is only Brahman. What we are dealing is with the relative standpoint. From the relative standpoint in the hierarchy, Ishvara. Now, Ishvara is given for what? For all the Jivas. For the Jivas to grow. What is the growth here? It is not external physical growth. We all know that. It is the inner growth where the Jiva comes to identify itself as Brahman and the Jiva Bhava is dropped. Till then, all these are there. All these are valid. Ishvara is there. As long as Jiva is there, Ishvara is there. To whomever Jiva Bhava is there, to him Ishvara is definitely there. So we should not mix up things and take the benefit, convenient benefit out of it. Alright. Tapaha adinam kartrutvat. From that standpoint, Ishvara has created tapaha, Veda, Vipraha, Jnanam. All these four has been created for what? For to support the Jiva to grow within and come to understand that nothing exists except oneself. Alright, till then it is there. Brahma Krita. Therefore, he is a creator. Brahma. The third name is Brahma. What is Brahma? Brahmatmana sarvam srijati. Iti Brahma. Now please note that beautiful word. Brahma Atmana. When it is said, Parabrahma Swarupa Paramatma, as Brahma. So Brahma is not an independent entity, then Bhagavan himself. Remember earlier I said, it is same Ishvara as Brahma. It is the same Ishvara as Vishnu. It is the same Ishvara as Shiva. Here, same Ishvara as Brahma, Sarvam Srijati, has created everything. Therefore, the same Ishvara is called Brahma, the creator of the whole cosmos. Brahma. Please note, the creator Chaturmukha Brahma is not Brahma, it is Brahma. Dirgha. And then Hrasva. What is Brahma? Brahma is nothing but the inner essence of everything, the truth in everything. Brihatvat, Brahmanatvat, Cha Satyadi Lakshanam Brahma. Here one may immediately see the second word says Brahmana, which one has not come across. Brahmana, all that we have come. Brihat we have come across. But Br with an Anuswara and then Mana, Brahmana is a combination. It is Brahman, Brh, B, R, H according to Sanskrit transliteration. Brih plus Nat Pratyaya put together is Brahmanatvat. Brihatvat, Brahmanatvat cha Satyadi Lakshanam. It only refers to that Parabrahma Swarupa which is Brihat. Brihat meaning what? That which is the biggest. Otherwise called all-pervading. All-pervading, one word if we only use, very many times mind takes that word for granted. Brihat, all-pervading, I know. What is that all-pervading? So many words are given to find a way to get connected. So, Brihatvat Brahma, when it is said, that who is all-pervading is Brahman, and Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam Brahma. And the nature of Brahma is what? Satyadi Lakshanam. Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam. Anantam, two meanings. One, everything. And second meaning is what? That which is limitless. Antam na vidyate anantam. Therefore, the truth of everything, the very essence, the very life of everything, that is Brahma. Remember, not Brahma, Brahma. Brahma is one entity created for taking care of a particular portfolio called creation. Brahma is the very essence of everything. Brahma Vivardhanaha. What is Brahma Vivardhanaha? Tapa Adinam Vivardhanat Brahma Vivardhanaha. The one who helps in growth, we may say so. The one who makes the knowledge of the Vedas, the austerities, the Brahmanas who carry the Vedas to everyone, and the Jnanam, the knowledge of that, the one who makes all of these grow. What do we mean by growth here? Vedas, there is nothing called growth in Vedas, but Vedas being spread all over. Tapas, increasing the intensity of tapas. Brahmanas, yes, here Brahmanas in terms of number, so that more number of people can go and teach, much more number of students. And then Jnanam. Jnanam growth meaning what? Becoming deeper and deeper, having more and more clarity. It is not more and more knowledge. More and more knowledge is only at the relative field. In relative field, more and more knowledge keeps going on. Today's knowledge becomes outdated tomorrow. Tomorrow fresh knowledge comes. And again, more expanse of knowledge, more fields of activity, more fields of knowledge, plenty, never-ending expansion. But Brahma Vidya, there is nothing called expansion there, but deeper and deeper knowledge with more and more clarity. Doubtless knowledge is what is called as growth. Therefore, tapa adinam vivardhanat brahma vivardhanaha. Brahmavit. Vit means the knower. This again we have dealt with it several times. Vedam vedarthancha yathavat veti. The one veti, the one who knows. What? Vedam. The one who knows the Vedas, and Vedartham, the meanings of the Vedas, and how Yathavat. Yathavat means as it is said. Very many times we gain the knowledge, what we gain probably is not what the teacher wanted us to gain. Teacher has learned from his teacher and he has understood in his own way, and then he is teaching. And when he is teaching with whatever he has understood, and the student understand in their own way. With these communication skills, I had given this example earlier also. One group of 20 people are sitting in a circle, and then communication skill is being demonstrated. Without much, in the next person's ear, they say, black worm with white stripes. Worm. By the time it comes back, it comes back to me from the other end. What? A cobra of 8 feet. Think. Communication. Everybody adds their own perceptions. It is not like that. Yathavat, when it is said, as it is. We have the ISKCON book of Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita as it is. Isn't it? We should see what it is. Here, Vedam, Vedartham cha yathavat veti. The one who knows as it is called Brahmavit. And here, we can also take into consideration those Vipraha who has understood Veda very well. Who probably have understood. We may not know, but they have understood it as it is. They may also be called as Brahmavit. There are two things. Now here in this Brahmagnaha, Brahmavit, Vidwan, like that, lot of meaning give the same meaning. Lot of words give the same meaning. Here Brahmavit can also mean an individual who have got the knowledge of Brahman. Brahmaveti, the one who has understood Brahman. And the second meaning here would be Brahman himself, who is nothing but the very Jnanam itself. Therefore, Brahmavit. Brahmanaha, this is where I came to say, it is not caste system. What is Brahmanaha? Brahmanatmana samastanam lokanam pravachanam kurvan. Pravachanam kurvan meaning what? The one whose profession is Vedasya. Vedasya meaning what? The knowledge of the Vedas. Samastanam, all the Vedas. Lokanam pravachanam kurvan. The one who goes to the world and gives the knowledge of the Vedas, of the Shastras to the masses. Such a person is called Brahmanaha. The one who learns, who imbibes, who lives and who teaches. Such a person is called Brahmana. Now, when it is said Brahmana, it is not the caste system which is indicated here. Gurudev very wittily used to say cross-belted variety. What is this cross-belted variety Brahmana? The one who undergoes, supposed to be, again, undergoes a Gurukula after taking Yajnopavita, goes to the teacher and stays there for 12 years or so, and then studies all the Shastras, all the 6 schools of philosophies he learns, and after the Brahmacharya ashrama, he comes back home and then takes up Grihastha ashrama. That is one Brahmana. Brahman, that cross-belted variety, as I said, Gurudev says. But Brahmana here is with a different meaning. All those people who undergoes Yajnopavitam and who wears Yajnopavitam, even those who may chant a Gayatri Mantra, can be called Brahmanas from one standpoint. But the true Brahmana is one who learns the Veda, understands the Vedas, lives the Vedas and teaches the Vedas. His birth may be anything. Even to Parampuja Gurudev has taught Shastras to all kinds of people from all parts of the world. Everybody cannot be called as Brahmanas. But there are so many of them who are very sincere, who live that life. And they can definitely be called as Brahmanas. Why? Brahmani charati iti Brahmana. The one who lives the life of the knowledge of Brahman. Therefore, the one who lives at the same time pravachanam kurvan, who gives the knowledge to others, who transfers the knowledge to the next generation. This is very, very important. Evam parampara praptam, it is said. Parampara praptam meaning what? The whole race takes up that particular activity. 4. Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. Guna karma vibhagashaha. Chaturvarnyam maya srishtam guna karma vibhagashaha. It is not with reference to birth, please. We need to be very clear in that. According to our qualities, our nature with reference to Laukika nature only, and karma with reference to activity. So a person who has got an upavita can definitely go and do some laborer's job. At that time while he is doing that job, he is a laborer. And while he is dealing with some transaction, he is a Vaishya. Same person can be all the 4. And the one who largely deals with Jnanam, both acquiring, assimilating and giving to others. Such a person is called Brahmanaha pravachanam kurvan. Brahmi. What is Brahmi? Brahma Sangita tat seshabhutaha santi asya iti Brahmi. All that is indicated by Brahma, like the 4, Veda, Tapas, Jnanam, all those belong only to Bhagavan. He alone is Veda. He alone is Tapas. He alone is Jnanam. And he alone comes down as the Brahmanas and teaches. Because in everything, the essence is Parabrahma only. And minus that, nothing can be done. Therefore, Brahmi, he is the one who is the inner essence. Shesha bhutaha santi, when it is said, the one who alone remains, the rest all come and go. Brahmagnaha. Nyaha means the one who knows. Brahma Vedan Swatma Bhutan Janati. That is very important. The one who knows Brahman through the Vedas as what? Swa Atma Bhutan. As one's own true self. And such a person is called Brahmagnaha. All of us are capable of becoming Brahmagna. And Bhagavan, when we talk of Ishvara, he is the very Brahman, therefore he knows everything. Brahmana Priyaha. Now this is where all sort of confusions have come. Bhagavan is closer towards Brahmana. He loves only Brahmana. He does not love Shudraha. He does not love... Oh, Rama. This is nothing but our own, what do we call it as? Irresponsible understanding. Brahmana Priyaha, when it is said, Bhagavan loves Brahmanas, and then another meaning is Brahmanas love Bhagavan. Both can be said. Now see, Brahmananam Priyaha, Brahmana Priyaha. The one who loves those who are committed to Vedas. Again and again, I hope you don't get hurt by my statement, because I am only taking the thread from Parampuja Gurudev Swami Chinmayananji. Gurudev says cross-belted variety, not to belittle Brahmanas. Those who are not committed to Vedas cannot be called as Brahmanas. Those who do not get into the learning of Veda, learning of Shastra, trying to understand what is Brahman and living that knowledge which has been given in the Vedas, they cannot be called as Brahmana. Why? They are like any other person. Guna and karma is what clarifies which ashrama is one. So, Brahmana Priyaha, when Bhagavan says, when the Nama says, he loves those people who are committed to gain the knowledge of the Supreme. Naturally, isn't it? Take one example. At home there are 4 sons, let us say. Or 4 children. Why sons? 4 children. Among the 4 children, here is one person who is efficient and superb in everything. Very efficient. He is able to get 98% marks. He is able to attend to his work by himself. He is able to clean his room and keep it very tidy. And all his activities are very perfect and carefully done. And that very activities what he is performing itself becomes a teaching for the others. That is one kind of a boy. Then there are other person who is very good in studies, very bad in other things. Then there is a third category who are very good in other hop-up activities, but not very good in studies. And the fourth variety, not good in both of them. Dumbo, whom we call. 4 types of sons, let us say, parents have. Whom do you think? Please note, it is not trying to create any hierarchy or this one. I am only asking you to think commonly, generally. Exceptions are sustained. There are exceptions where the parents love the other end child more than the first one. Why? Reason why? Because he can take care of himself. There is nobody to take care of him. He is a buddhu. He requires support. Therefore, parents may give more support. And generally in the Laukika Drishti, among the common people, Vidwan Sarvatra Pujyate. Who is a very knowledgeable person, he is loved by all. In a classroom, in a school classroom, a person who is a very studious and very good, this one, people may keep a little distance from him because he knows very well. That is out of respect. And when that person comes and talks comfortably, they love him. Why? Because of that quality of jnanam. Because of the depth of knowledge he has got. Think. Therefore, this love is a very, very interesting factor. When it is said Brahmana Priyaha, Bhagavan loves those people who commit for the purpose of their birth. What is the purpose of our birth? To know our true nature. That is why we are human beings. Think, Manushyanam sahasreshu. One kaschit yatati siddhaye. That person Bhagavan loves very much because they have set themselves in the path. One meaning. Another meaning is those who have set themselves in their path, they love Bhagavan only, knowing the rest of the things are waste. The rest of the things are ephemeral. They might be of use for some period of time. You cannot say everything is a waste, therefore I don't have to eat food. Array, you have to survive. And when you eat food, let us say the mother gives only idlis from morning to morning from the beginning of the month to end of the month. Definitely mind will revolt. That doesn't mean that he is not a Brahmana. That doesn't mean that he is not a knowledgeable person. No. That is a different issue. People generally mix up lot of issues. Think. The other aspects of life, he does carry out and he does work with it, and he also probably makes some choices between coffee and tea. A person loves coffee. Param Puja Gurudev, he was a great coffee lover. Very strong coffee he would take. So even after Brahmajnanam, again if he is loving coffee, that means really has he got Brahmajnanam? That is all thoughts of the foolish people. Brahmajnanam is something different which is unopposed to anything other than Ajnanam. So the person likes coffee, the person likes tea, the person likes masala dosa, the person likes channa bhatura, or the person likes this person, the person does not like this person. These are all laukika vishaya. Think. He likes this type of musical system. Vyavaharika vishaya. But though his mind is not into all of them, his mind does not run behind all of them. If they are there, fine. If they are not there, no problem. Param Pujya Swami Brahmananji at Bangalore Chinmaya Mission would say, Banto Valledo, Barlila Bhala Valledo. If you get it, good. If you don't get it, very good. So that type of mentality where it does not get affected by the Laukika Vishaya, but is always focused on the Brahmatvam, on Brahman. Such people are definitely loved. Even in the common world, somebody who is an efficient person, people love him. What to talk of a person who is fully committed to Shastra, committed to Veda? Naturally, Bhagavan Ishvara will love him. Therefore, Brahmana Priya, when it is said, he loves people who are committed to Vedas, and those people who are committed to Brahman, knowledge of Brahman, they also love Ishvara. Therefore, Brahmana Priya. The next shloka we will see tomorrow. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om